Welcome everyone to a great game between Lynxy as Khorne going up against the forces of Kislev on the Crossing of the Sea clause. Now for those that don't know Lynxy, A, where have you been? And B, go check him out. He's a fantastic YouTuber and content creator that focuses predominantly here on campaign, but he's been really enjoying the domination and multiplayer side of things. So I really wanted to show off this replay, and it was sent to me with the name of the greatest comeback in history. So of course I had to go in and check out my boy doing the business. So of course we are going to have the little Grom here in the front. My bad boy, absolutely love this guy. 503 missile strength there with armor piercing. He can certainly do the business and he can fight in combat. We are going to have Katarin here as the Lord Choice on a bear. We're here with Death Frost, the Frost Blades, Ice Sheet, the Ice Maiden's Kiss, it's like Frost Fang, the Ice Shard, and Stand Your Ground. In the front, we are going to have some Horse Archers, 92 speed, pretty good range, 140, just pretty much standard Horse Skirmish. And in the back here, Armored Corsair, great weapons, backed up by double Streltsy. And if you know about Streltsy, they punch very hard indeed. So here for the forces of Khorne and my boy, we are going to have the double cultist of Khorne, Skarbrand the Exiled, and the Exalted Bloodthirster with a silver chevron here in the sky. Now, speaking of badassery, now that is a star. Absolutely big fan of this. So, two Chads on foot here who have pretty good melee prowess for sure. And so they're also going to have the Gate of Khorne with Immune to Psychology and Frenzy. Skarbrand here in the front. We all know about him. He's extremely powerful here with the Slaughter and Carnage. Frenzy, Immune to Psychology, and then also the Wrathful Reaper. Does cause terror and could be an absolute nuisance with spell and physical resistance. 683 weapon strength at the moment, but that can go up to over 1,100. So the Bloodthirster here in the sky, anti-large, armor piercing, fire, and magic damage. Watch him with 95 speed, really get around the battlefield and cause an absolute problem. So I really like the Crossing of the Sea clause. We can see domination points 1, 2, and 3 here have some good distance between them, but each one of them is very varied. The middle is a nice big open challenge, but it does have some areas to certainly hide some units. Over here at point 1, it's going to be incredibly open, but you can challenge here with good artillery range and all sorts of good tools. And then point 3 is going to be heavily protected. You've got two sides, big ridges here, big icicles, and all this big nice terrain, and a very precarious hole here. Anything could come out there, I'm sure, but yeah, you can certainly hide here on domination point 3. But in the front, I do like this. Good work here with the Horse Archers, getting aggressive here in the middle. And this is going to be in the very early stages of the game, so the meta here was still being found out between the two of them. But as we can see, Horse Archer coming forward, doing a bit of poke and stroke. We do like this. Some shots here on Skarbrand. He does have 90 armor. The other two will have Silver Shield 75, and we'll have 70 for the Bloodthirster. But his mobility, he's just going to be scooting around and, acting all cool, shooting some meatball outside the school as he tries to dodge here against all of his opponent's shots. Streltsy moving forward, they're going to get into a painful position, I'm sure of it. The Armored Corsairs, great weapons, they'll do quite nicely as well. They should do some good work up against some of the Cornflakes, especially here alongside Little Grom. At the top, we are going to have some Winged Lancers. The Heroic Men of Kislev here going to be charging forward. Pretty decent armor here at 80. Good charge bonus, speed as well. They're going to be pretty mobile here around the battlefield. Probably one of my favourite cavalry in the game. So looks like the two are going to push forward perhaps to point 1. Looks like it's just going to be a bit of a skirmish in the back here. We're going to be just juking back and forward, looking to see maybe if we can, we're going to be saving up to 1,600 supplies at the moment. So we are going to be giving the map away, hopefully so that we don't take too much damage. We can summon in some units here to kind of supplement our forces. So in the middle, yeah, we are going to have all the range, double Streltsy, double Armor Corsairs. We now do have the Winged Lancers here on point 1. It's going to be an early cap here, it looks like, for 2 points coming here from Kislev. So perhaps a bit of a skip here whilst we wait. 2,200 points. Just going to be moving in the back, a little bit more shooting. Unfortunately, I'll probably just maybe take these Horse Archers away. Probably wouldn't waste too much more ammunition here, I would have thought. So we do get domination point 2 here for Kislev. Point 1 is being captured as well as point 3 there by some more Winged Lancers. So what's going to be the response? It's going to be 3,500 resources here. And what are we going to summon? So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 units of the Flesh Hounds. Very, very interesting. Flesh Hounds, they'll do okay against Winged Lancers. So Winged Lancers get the charge, they can comfortably beat them, but not 4. That's for sure. And then after this summon, we're now going to be charging forward down into the middle. We are going to get a rotation of Horse Archers, backed up by the Armored Corsair great weapons. Little Grom is ready to go. The bad boy is going to be shooting and probably a little bit of scooting soon, I'm sure. But we'll get a counter summon of the Warbear Riders, anti-large armor-piercing tanks that come here from the Kislev forces. So going to be bonus for Slash 23, brilliant armor piercing at 77, pretty decent armor and mobility. Absolutely love to see these bad boys throughout the battlefield. So the doggo is going to be moving around. I'm sure we'll be getting capture point 1 pretty shortly. But here, just going to be moving around is going to be the Bloodthirster and Scarbrand. They certainly want some more infantry prowess here on the battlefield. So we're going to be up to 1700. Probably get maybe 2 halberds in here. We can certainly get, yeah, any level of cornflakes could do quite nicely up against these forces. Scarbrand comes in with a nice big kick. And he's going to push over all of these infantry units in the middle. Armor Corsair great weapons are getting the splash damage from the Chaos Realms. And, yeah, that's going to be a lot of dead falls. But gunpowder is being spread. That hot heavy metal just getting poured into the exiled. In the middle, we are going to get the double Bloodletter summon. So maybe one's going to push these Armored Corsairs and one will maybe push the Horse Archers. We'll have to see how that does, how that goes there. In the back, we see some Blood Crushers of Khorne, the big, heavily armored boys themselves. These are going to be the anti-infantry variant with 100 armor, so it's not going to be the Skull Crushers, which have 130. So they'll be able to move through here up against Domination Point 3, and that's going to be incredibly hard to take. 1.6k here to the advantage of Kislev, with 4 losing compensation here for my boy Linksy. So charging forward is going to be the Bloodletters, and you know, most of these Streltsy are not really made too much for combat. They do actually have those battle axes on the end of their guns, which actually gives them armor piercing in melee combat, but they're not going to do too well here against the great weapons of the Bloodletters, summoned directly from the realms of chaos. They won't last for long, but these boys will absolutely cleave apart the heavily armored Streltsy. So they're going to get torn apart here pretty quickly. Charges with the winged lancers moving through here. Oh, lovely slam on top of the Bloodletters of Khorne, and then we're going to be shooting with those Horse Archers. Oh no! We lose Scarbrand! He's going to be falling to the mass might of the Streltsy. I did tell you that they are disgusting indeed. We charge in with the Blood Crushers, and they should finish off the job there for their big Lord and Saviour. But in the middle, yet again, it looks like we are going to be losing. For trade, it's going to be a little Grom up against the Bloodthirster. He did have a Silver Chevron, but he's going to be getting absolutely butchered here by Katarin. It looks like she's not giving any bonuses. She does have some bonus abilities here, which is going to be the Frostblades. That could be very nice in imbuing magic damage, because she actually doesn't have magic damage. That's quite surprising. But given that magic damage will circumvent all the physical resistance here of the demons. In the middle, we are going to charge here with the Warbear Riders. Looks like they're going to come thump on top of these Fleshhounds. Fleshhounds do count as large, so we will be thumping really nice and hard here. Great charge bonuses here with 38. Anti-large armor piercing. Yeah, they'll certainly do the business. Fleshhounds in up against the Horse Archers. More Warbear Riders. Warbear Riders left, right, and centre here. Bears for the Bear God and whatnot. And in the back, we are going to get the lovely ladies of the Ice Guard. These are going to be the sword variant. Look at these bows. I want to know where I can buy one, because they look absolutely fantastic. Yeah, but these lovely ladies are going to be charging downhill, and it looks like we have slain 2 Bloodthirsters. Oh no, he's missing a wing. That's terrible. But yeah, that's going to be fantastic stuff here. Cashwin is going to be holding true. 3,100 in the advantage here. So it looks like we are going to be coming over to capture. So the regular Chaos Warhounds do count as infantry, so they will be having a better capture weight here than the Fleshhounds. So they'll get on pretty quickly, and they should capture this Domination Point 1 with some pretty quick speed. Over on point 3, we do have Fleshhounds backed up here by Blood Crushers. They'll be capturing point 3. And it looks like here in the middle we have some Chaos Warhounds backed up by the heavy Cornflakes. So we are going to be having Halberds here alongside Blood Crushers. So it's going to be more anti-infantry armor piercing, but they're going to be getting shot here by the Ice Guard. Now Ice Guard don't have too much armor piercing. It's about 6 there per model. But they'll thump extremely hard here up against other cavalry and especially heavily armoured infantry. Streltsy being compromised here by the double cultists. Cultists will be infantry-sized models and actually do great damage here up against the Warbear Riders. 463 weapon strength with 50 charge bonus on foot. Just take that into consideration. So the Khorne Halberds are going to charge forward. It's going to be a capture point 2 here coming in for the Khorne forces. And it looks like here it should be point 1 and maybe point 3 shortly. So point 1 is going to get captured here. Point 2 as well. And point 3 is just going to be around the corner. 4,200 for the Kislev up against a measly 50. So the Chaos Warhounds do charge. What are they going to get themselves into here? Winged Lancers chasing up against the Blood Crushers, who do actually have the melee attack buff there of the Horn of Khorne. It looks like here we have more Blood Crushers in the back. Now, how will they do up against Warbear Riders? Probably not very well. Warbear Riders do have an anti-large of 23. That's going to increase their melee attack and their base weapon damage exponentially. In the middle, Blood Crushers backed up by Chaos Warhounds. Could do some nice work here, especially against Horse Archers, and the Winged Lancers will fall in droves as well. Halberds in the middle. What is this going to be? This is going to be an Ice Sheet down the line. Ice Sheet not very good here against armor, but, you know, it will slow. It will prevent all of this force from being mobile, moving around the battlefield, and do a little bit of chip damage here and there. Fire Blood has been activated for the Streltsy. The men here going to be fighting for the realms of Kislev, trying to get the Polar Bears and Urson proud. But in the middle, Horse Archers will be falling alongside Winged Lancers, and it looks like here the forces of Kislev are going to be crumbling. It will be a 13 losing compensation per second here, so it looks like the Warhounds are going to be charging to the left-hand side. We do have some Winged Lancers backed up by the heavy War Sleds. Now, definitely want to be getting the Fleshhounds on there. So we've got 2 units, so one will be taking down the Winged Lancers, and they're going to get the charge. So the Fleshhounds do have a 46 charge bonus. Winged Lancers do have 60. So particularly whoever gets the charge normally gets a good bonus in advantage here in the melee combat. So Heavy Bearsen's going to be charging in those armor-piercing missiles ready to be fired into the backside here of these Khorne Fleshhounds to try and see if we can take down the doggos. So who let the dogs out? We are going to be having 2 more units charging forward. Double Cultist ready to go. And then we are going to have the Berserkers of Khorne. Look at these bad boys. I love them. They're absolutely fantastic. You don't see them very often, but they chew all levels of infantry. Right-hand side has been held here. We do see some more dogs charging forward. Fleshhounds in the back here up against the Warbear Riders. It's going to be a brave dive in here coming from the Khorne Dogs. They're going to be moving up against the Warbear Riders. They're going to instantly shatter. I don't blame them. I probably would as well. Those Warbear Riders are incredibly terrifying. Double Cultists with the Horn of Khorne here, backed up by more Chaos Warhounds. We do actually break the Khorne Halberds here in the middle, and we are going to be crumbling with the Blood Crushers. So as we summon, looks like it's going to be more Berserkers charging forward here with the Chaos Furies of Khorne. They should be able to finish off the Horse Archers pretty quickly. 110 speed is going to be extremely mobile. And we've got to be careful. We cannot lose Domination Point 1. Double Fleshhounds are going to be holding it for now. They've absolutely torn apart here with the heavy War Sleds. Look at that. Down to 2 models with 2,350 health. It is not going well for them. Definitely don't want to stay in sustained combat up against these Fleshhounds. In the middle, Winged Lancers did get charged. You can see it's a pretty even fight here. Pretty much all the time, if Winged Lancers get the charge, they will win. It is guaranteed. So here we have the dual weapons charging forward here to point 1. We have halberds ready in the middle to supplement alongside the dual weapons. And point 3 is looking pretty bad. We have Zargard on the way. We need to dive forward here with these Chaos Furies. Make an absolute sacrifice here to the gods of Khorne to hopefully keep back these Zargard so we can charge in with more units and take them apart. It's going to be more dogs being let out here. Just more and more and more mobility going forward. And this is where you can see Khorne drop off if you're not careful. In the middle, we have Streltsy shooting up against the Fleshhounds here as they fight up against the Warbear Riders. We have more Armored Corsairs, more Ice Guard, and some more Armored Corsairs. They're going to be ready here. Looks like we are going to push here with the Furies. Furies are going to compromise the Armored Corsairs. And over here, perhaps the dogs are just going to be using their numbers here with their infantry to keep the capture weight on the point 3. Yeah, there's no way they're going to beat Zargard here in combat. So actually, they just want to get away. And if the Zargard charge 1, this is really, really smart. If the Zargard charge 1, it just moves away and the other one stays on. And you can't capture it with a unit of the Chaos Warhounds on. In the middle, going to be holding the Cultist, Halberds. Fury's going to be falling here. Katarin's been an absolute tank of old. She's going to be holding with 1,980 health on top of their Warbear. She's seriously tanky indeed. But yeah, she's been going all game. She's been having Bloodthirsters. 2 of them indeed actually charging down at her. And looks like we're going to have more Streltsy. I think at this moment here, for the Kislev player, we want to be getting more infantry on the battlefield. Certainly wanting more of the Zargard here on the battlefield. So it looks like we are going to be fighting in combat. We are going to be having Zargard chasing up against the Warhounds. The other Warhounds are just going to rotate, and it looks like here we have Blood Crushers ready to come across and do the good damage. We're now going to be even, and now it's going to be pretty much 4,000 up against 4,500. It looks like here the Berserkers holding on point 1, Dogs and Halberds here holding on point 2, and point 3 is still going to be a bit of a fight. We do see Zargard are now going to be getting charged down here by the Blood Crushers. Warhounds can pin them in place. Hammer and anvil tactic here could be fantastic on this elite unit of the Kislev roster. It looks like here we're just going to be holding with Linksy. We have some more of the Warhounds around the corner ready to go. And there we go. That's what I was waiting for. Downhill charge. What are we going to see? Big thump into the backside. And that is Zargard left, right, and center here. They are going to get back up. These boys do not run at anything at all. So they are now going to be fighting against the Blood Crushers. They do actually have a silver chevron. They're also going to be getting the Horn of Khorne plus 24 mana attack, giving them 68 with magic damage. We're not going to get immediately by a blood, but we have butchered off the face of the earth here with the Zargard, charging with more Blood Crushers. And it's just so many of the Warhounds in and around. And there we go. Zargard have been dealt with. We are going to shoot in here with the Armored Corsairs, but it looks like that is going to be GG's. And well played here to Linksy, who came back from 4,500 tickets behind. Excellent work here from the campaign legend. And yeah, kudos indeed. 413 here for Scarbrand, the Exiled, 1,820 for the Bloodthirster. Both of these bad boys, unfortunately, performing massively under par. 625 and 1,024 there for the Cultist. But the Cultist on horseback, they do have 95 armor, great mobility, summons. They're really, really tanky indeed, and they thump like an absolute truck. So I really like the double Blood Crushers in the back pocket. So 621, 2,340 there. Excellent stuff indeed. 2,054, 1,100, 1,300, and 1,100 here for the Fleshhounds of Khorne. Just, yeah, Fleshhounds. They're incredibly powerful. 480 and a 230 there for the Chaos Furies. 401 and 0 there for the Berserkers, 750 for the Halberds, with 200, 250, and 350 there for the Khorne Dogs. 2,150 there for Katarin, 190 there for Little Grom, 1,800 and 980 there for the double Streltsy. Yeah, Streltsy are disgusting, I must say so. 790 and 900 here for the Armored Corsairs, with 770 for the Horse Archers, who I think really have a place in this matchup. 2,000 and 1,960 for Warbear Riders. Just, they're incredible units. They are incredible units. You buff them up with Boris, or you buff them up there with a Patriarch. They're extremely strong. 790 for the Heavy War Sleds. 1,770 for the Ice Guard Swords. So yeah, pretty good summon from them. 411 there for the Zargard. I think they really can get punished. Zargard, they're really slow, but they are tanky. They're very, very good infantry holders there for the domination points, but when they're on their own, they can get pulled apart a little bit. 170 there for the Streltsy, 0, but 900 and 730 for the Winged Lancers, with 190 there for the Armored Corsairs. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you did, please smash that like button. It really does help here on the channel. Feel free to leave a comment down below. I'd love to read all of them. I'd love to know all your thoughts and opinions, and what you'd like to see here in the future on the channel. If you haven't already, do feel free to subscribe. It really does help here, and feel free to check out that description to see all my other social media platforms, including Twitch, and then also that Discord. Now, if you don't know Linksy, I will be leaving a comment down below that I will pin for his channel. Do go check him out. He's an absolutely fantastic bloke, and him and I'm sure very soon in the future, we'll be doing some content together. So guys, take care of yourselves. I'll be seeing you all very, very soon for some more Warhammer 3 content.